Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, and welcome to the Good Golly Miss Holly Show. We are so glad you are here. Please no questions about pregnancy, legal questions, mediumship or health. All readings are for entertainment purposes only. Now here is your sassy, southern and psychic host Miss Holly.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Good Golly Miss Holly, your sassy southern psychic. And I'm so glad that we are on the air this evening. We have a full house, so thank you so much for listening. And I want to thank Blog Talk for featuring our episodes on their homepage. I love Blog Talk. They're just awesome. So I want to give a big shout out to everybody. Marin is not here tonight. She is on Monday nights with me. So tonight we're going to be doing readings, prophetic words, and if you need someone to pray with you or for you or over you, I'm your girl. That's my favorite thing to do, so don't be shy about asking about that. And let's go ahead and get to our first caller. Let's see who this is. You're on the air with Good Golly Miss Holly. How may I help you?
Hi, Miss Holly. My name is Erica.
Hi, Erica. How are you doing tonight, Shug?
I'm good, thank you.
What can I do for you today? I am awesome. Anytime I get to talk to my friends online, it's awesome. So this is my favorite part of my week. So I just love it. What can I do for you?
I just wanted a message. Wait, are you able to do mediumship? I think at the beginning it said no.
I don't usually do mediumship, and let me tell you why, okay? I can talk to your spirit guides, okay? I don't encourage mediumship because it encourages people to continue to hang on to the people that have passed on. And that's my personal belief about it. And it's best that we honor them, love them, cherish our memories with them. But it's also important that we learn to move on and live without them because they're gone. Okay?
I understand. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, maybe just a message like, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I kind of feel like lost in terms of career. Like I don't really know what would.
Well, that's. I completely understand that. So let me pull some cards for you. I have a new deck that I'm playing with, and it's called the Angel Answers deck from Radley Valentine. I'm not sponsored by them, but I love this deck because it is so quick and to the point. And so here's a couple of things that I'm pulling out for you right away. I pulled out 4 cards. The first card that I pulled for you is called Recovery. And the second card is Trust. You've been through it, my dear.
Okay.
And you need to honor yourself. And you beat yourself up. Stop doing that. Stop doing it. Okay? Just stop.
And
you don't trust yourself or your judgments right now. So I don't know what went on in the past. It's not my business to know. Okay? I'm just telling you what the cards are telling me and also what your spirit guides are telling me. And they're telling me that you are a lot tougher than you think you are. And you're also very, very smart. So they're telling me also that you need to look for, as far as a career, something outside of your comfort zone and something new. Because that is where you will be successful. It might even look like you going back to school and taking a couple of courses to get inspired. All right? So don't poo-poo that too much, but they're definitely telling me that you need to think outside your comfort zone and look into a more creative field than what you're doing now, because that's where you're going to find your true talent and your true passion and good income, which is important. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. The other thing that they're telling me is, I know, money. But we have to have money. And let me tell you something. Money is not the root of all evil. The worship of money is the root of all evil. Okay? Because money can do a lot of good for a lot of people. So they're also saying that you need to reach out and ask for help, for ideas from people around you. Because there are people around you who have more confidence in you than you do at this point, but also know you very, very well. And I keep getting, they keep showing me creative. They keep showing me the color purple. For me, that's always intuition and creative endeavors and things like that. And all of the cards that I pulled for you, purple is a prominent color in them. So stretch your wing a little bit. There's something inside you that you've always wanted to do, but you were afraid to try. Do it. That's what they're telling me. Do it.
Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I just need to be more creative. I just wish they would tell me, like, this is what, this is what would work for you. Just do it. And I would totally do it because I'm, like, lost. I don't know what.
Okay, I completely understand.
Within
now,
myself.
Okay. If you could do, let's talk this out a minute, okay? If you could do anything in the world that you wanted to do, what would it be? Think big. Doesn't matter. Anything in the world that you could do.
I think I would be fighting for children and women, or like elderly people that need help, like representation.
So advocacy.
So
an advocate. Okay. Well, that is an excellent career. And that requires thinking outside the box. It also requires writing skills and interview skills and speaking skills. So that you have a very good voice, you're very well spoken. That's where you should look, is advocacy. That's a wonderful, wonderful career. And it's much needed right now, especially elder support, because of all the stuff that's going on with the COVID and the nursing homes and things like that, and fighting with for children. There are child advocates that work for the counties and the states all over the country, and they are highly overworked, and they are always understaffed. It does take some special education to do that, but you are more than capable of doing it, and I would highly suggest that you look into that, because that is an excellent thing. And your guides are going, yay! So advocacy, because that is a creative field. I know it doesn't sound like it, but it takes creative skill to think outside that box and to be able to speak up and to write well. And those are all creative processes. So look into it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, because because that last time I saw, like, oh, this lady got murdered by her ex-friend, and it just made me cry. Like, I was, oh my gosh, she had a little girl. And just hearing about it makes me sensitive. Or, that little Gabriel, the little kid that got murdered, and basically the state would take him and then return him to the parents, and I just think that's wrong. Like, don't return him, So that kind of thing, it makes me mad, but it also makes me very compassionate towards the victim, but it makes me mad at the system.
Well, advocacy is a very large field, and it's a very much in-demand field, especially in the local city, county, and in the state governments. They're always looking for advocates to take the especially dealing with children, because there are so many children in the system, and that would be an excellent thing for you to do. And it will pay well, and you have good benefits.
And then the elderly, oh my gosh, they just get murdered in homeless shelter. Not homeless shelters. What do they call those? Nursing homes?
Nursing homes.
That's another headache.
Yes.
I've seen it happen, and it's sad.
So there you go. You're very passionate about it.
Okay.
I can tell that. Your voice is even lighter and even happier as we are speaking.
Oh.
So sometimes we just need. Socrates had a very interesting theory, and I think it's very, very true, is that we all have the answers to everything that we need inside of us. It just takes someone to ask the right question.
Okay.
So there you go. I think that's a wonderful thing. And you can, there are classes that you can take for that. In fact, I think there may be even a degree or two that you can take about that. But what you should do is call one of these advocacy places and get some information. Talk to somebody about that career. Because they may be able to plug you in to things that you don't even know about. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about it, but I'm knowledgeable enough to know that we can get you. My job is to help you find your strengths and your talents and then hopefully point you in the right direction to go and pursue that. Okay? And do the research. Go down the advocacy rabbit hole and find out everything you can. And then call them. Make some telephone calls and call people, okay?
I will, and especially I like the fact that I'm bilingual and can reach out to even more people who don't have as many opportunities.
They will love you. They will love you. You're going to be awesome. Now, you have to promise me one thing. You have to promise me that you'll call back and let me know what happens, because everybody's going to want to know, okay? And
okay, I will.
Okay, and I want you to do two things. I want you to put a bay leaf in your wallet, because that's for money, and it's also for bringing in new opportunities, okay? And burn a green candle. Okay?
What kind of candle?
Thank you.
A green candle?
Green candle, sweet pea.
Oh, okay.
A green candle.
Okay.
All righty?
I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in. God bless you. Have a great evening.
You too.
Oh,
have a good night. Bye.
Bye-bye, sweet pea. Oh, how wonderful is that? Oh, I'm so excited for her. It's so, the world has changed, guys. And we have to change with it. And a lot of us, myself included, are reinventing ourselves and, going forward in things that we never thought that we would do. Not in a million years. With my 56-year-old self, would I ever have imagined that I'd be on a radio show talking to my friends and having a heck of a good time, people calling me for readings? Who knew? A year ago, I was just working a little job part-time online, and the job went away because of COVID. And so I've always done psychic work on the side, and I have done a little professional work, that type of thing, but nothing really full-time. So my husband says, why don't you try it? Guys, that was a year ago in August. I have 500 clients now. 500 clients that talk to me and pay me to give them advice and to give them readings. God is great, y'all. Let me just tell you, if you can see it, you can do it. Anyway, I know y'all here tired of hearing me run my mouth, so let's get on to the next caller. Good evening. You're on the air with Good Golly Miss Holly. How can I help you?
Hi. I have a really horrific situation, and I don't know if you can help me. But
Okay.
last Well, last week I was suspended from my job pending investigation, and at that point I was also on a last chance agreement letter with the company that I couldn't do anything wrong for a year, and this was the 5th month that I was into it. Anyway, so what happened was they suspended me pending investigation because they said I put some cans that I took out of the trailer that were contaminated with water onto the production thing. So then they called me on Monday and they fired me over that. So at this point, the union has stepped in, and they've turned over everything to the attorneys to see, even with the last chance letter, to see if I have any room for arbitration. And I'm wondering what you see of that. Okay. If they're going to take it to arbitration.
Legal stuff, because there's too many variables involved. But let me pull a couple of cards for you, and let me see what the situation looks like as far as an outcome goes. And this is just going to be what the cards say. Yeah, okay. So I pulled the 5. I've got another deck here that's my fairy deck. This is they're telling me that this, and this is what I thought, this is what your guides were telling me as well. It's time for you to walk away from this. It's not going to go out the way that you want to. It's just not. There's other circumstances that they're not showing me, and it's pretty final. So this is both of these cards that I pulled, which are the 5 of Winter and the Princess of Spring, which is a very optimistic card, are saying that you need to walk away from this and move on forward into a new career, which will be much more beneficial to you money-wise and emotionally-wise, too. It's not going to be nearly as stressful, and you will eventually be making more money. So I know that that's not what you wanted to hear, and I'm so sorry, but that's what the cards are telling me.
Yeah, because I've just been in tears over this, and my last hope is for the union to come through. And then the other situation with that is that in case the union doesn't come through, I had thought about, I have been applying for other jobs, and I'm having a second phone interview tomorrow with a medical place, so I don't know if they're going to hire me or not. But at the same time, I was thinking about going on my own and seeing if I could find a lawyer to file a wrongful termination suit against them, because they accused me falsely of something I didn't do. And it's just so wrong, and I'm just really devastated over this.
I know that you're devastated over this, but here is my take on this, and I'm just going to tell you for what it's worth. Lawyers, the odds of you winning it are maybe 40% from what they're telling me. However, the odds of you paying your lawyer an enormous amount of money is 100%.
Right.
So the situation here is that you're surrounded by negative energy. So let's just talk about that, okay? And the thing about it is that if you continue on this process where you're going to sue them and continue to pursue this, even though, the circumstances are questionable, the thing about it is that you're perpetuating this negative situation on yourself. And you will not be able to get out of it because it will perpetuate, and it will keep knocking you down, and you will continue to be devastated. Sometimes in situations like this, it is better to start afresh. It is better to start afresh. Start with clean energy, clean slate, clean everything, and move forward and leave that behind. Because the longer that you wallow in it, and I'm not saying that you are, okay, but the longer that you stick in it, the stronger it becomes and the more damaging it becomes. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But anyway, what do you see of this other job that I have the second interview with tomorrow?
I see that they're very, very interested in you. You're very bright. And I don't see it paying as well as what you just left, but I see it being a new door opening for you.
Yeah. No, it's not even going to pay anywhere close to what I was making.
No, but it's a new door.
The thing with this job that I just lost is I dedicated my whole life into this place. I went out of my way to do jobs that other people wouldn't even touch. I worked a ton of overtime. I was always there for them. I worked really hard. There were times that I worked through a lot of my breaks just to meet a deadline and get things done. And now I'm looking back at it and so what's the point? I mean, look how they treated me. And it's just so devastating after they say, good job, and say, screw you, get lost. And this is what's really annoying to me. And I've been breaking down on and off, crying and everything. It's just, I just can't believe that they did this to me. And that's the hardest thing to accept of this whole thing. I could, and I could see if I was a lazy person who didn't do it. But then there were times because I lived 75 miles away from where I worked. Mm-hmm. My wife is in really horrible health. She's blind. She's legally blind. So she can't work anymore. She's a wonderful spiritual woman and everything, and she's been my rock right now, even though she's not feeling well. And so I was sleeping because I worked so much overtime and double shifts, and the amount of time that I had to stay in the car, I was sleeping in my car just to save us money so we can get a little house out there, and I was going to move once things cleared up. And even everybody knew that, and even that didn't matter. No matter what I did, no matter how hard I worked, it was like, screw you, Yeah. So I don't know what the purpose was of that.
Sometimes the purpose is just, to be honest with you, sometimes this is just to pay the bills. Yeah,
I'll say that's what I'm. Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of because I've got a new car that I'm paying like $700 a month on. I've got my rent to pay. I've got other bills, not to mention groceries and stuff. So it's not like we're living in a high luxurious lifestyle. We're just getting by. And so I'm hoping this other job comes through very quickly.
I'm saying that there's a good possibility for that.
Okay.
So, and I'm also seeing that there are going to be other opportunities that you need to take a look at as well.
All right.
So it's, things are going to get better. They are going to get better. Are you a praying person at all?
I was praying when I lost my job, like praying for the outcome to be good, that they would call me and say, okay, we're going to reinstate you. We know it wasn't your fault. I felt like, and I've been through this before, and I felt like my guides and whoever I was praying to just said, fuck you, you don't deserve it. I'm sorry for the language, but screw you, you don't deserve this. So your prayers are going to be unanswered, and that's how I feel right now.
Okay. So sometimes when things like this happen, all right, I am probably the more guilty of this than probably anybody I know. Sometimes God kicks us in the behind to get us out of a very negative situation. And the way that happens isn't pleasant. What I'm getting from your guides is that you were working yourself to death there. You were not being treated well for a long time. And it was either you take yourself out of that company or you have some serious health issues. And sometimes God steps in ways that stink. They just stink because it's not pleasant and it's heartbreaking and heart-wrenching and that type of thing. Now, 6 months down the road from now, when you have a new job and things are going better and you physically feel better, you will look back on this and go, oh. So just because, and this is a horrible situation, and I'm praying for you, and I'm going to light a candle for you right now. Don't give up on God. Man, the human being, does bad things. Okay. God doesn't. God answers prayers. It's just that sometimes God doesn't answer the prayers the way we want him to, because he's looking at the whole picture and we are just looking at one small part of it. So I know that sounds terribly cliche, but I truly believe that with all my heart. And I know this situation stinks. I know it stinks. I have been there. I know. I know how scary you feel right now. I know how betrayed you feel. It sucks.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks. Okay?
You're right. I feel so betrayed.
You do.
Absolutely. I meant nothing. Yeah. I feel like I meant nothing to them after all the hard work and everything I did for them. And then many times, you wouldn't believe how many times I've had even my coworkers and some of my supervisors come in and say, I appreciate how hard you worked and everything. And then, we're going to fire you because we're going to blame you for something that wasn't your fault.
So let me ask you this, okay? And I want you to think about this a minute, all right? This tells me that this company doesn't value employees. Okay?
You're right, they don't.
So if you had the choice to start a new job or a new career doing something else where you worked for people who valued their employees and you had a career path that you may have to take a step back now, but you can see yourself growing and developing into this new industry, or go back and be treated like the same way that you were with these people, which would you choose?
Well, that's a very good question. I'm glad you kind of asked that, because as you were asking me, I was thinking about it. And here's my answer to this, and to be totally honest with you.
Sure.
My answer to this is this. If I knew that, okay, down the road, I know at the beginning I'm not going to make as much anywhere near the money I was making. But if I knew that the company I was hired by in this particular moment, and I'm speaking of the company I just had an interview with, because the girl told me over the phone that there was a lot of fast growth in this company for you to rise to higher potential, both financially and otherwise in position. So with that being said, if I knew that I could get in a company that not only appreciates the hard work and effort that I put in, and I could grow very quickly and make more money down the road than I was now, I would not go back to that company if given an offer.
Okay.
In fact, the first time that I was fired back in August, and then they brought me back, as they said they brought me back, gave me a second chance with a last chance letter, was because of my extreme hard work efforts, that I was an outstanding, exceptional employee. And it's an offer that they don't extend to too many people. So that made me feel good. But what happened was, in the process, I had a job interview over the phone with another medical company, and I was going to take that job and just go back to the other job, but take a leave of absence and take that job to see if it worked out first. But the problem was the job offer and then the other one didn't come through until after I received this offer back to go back to this company, which I kind of knew I made a big mistake. So, but
oh my
you're
gosh.
right.
Do you see what's happening here?
No.
Okay. So you thought you'd made a big mistake by going back in August, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So God fixed your mistake.
But that's what it was.
Yeah.
So it's pushing me at the door.
Yeah.
For another reason.
Yes.
I just hope it works out, because right now, I don't know if I don't get something soon. If this job doesn't come through, I don't know how I'm going to be able to support my wife, make my car payments, and everything. The only thing I have going for me right now, other than my wife being supportive of me, is and her name is Kathy, by the way, is the fact that I managed to save a little bit of money. So I got about almost $14,000 saved right now. And I tried to defer my car payments for the moment, which they will allow me. I have.
Just stop. Just stop.
Okay.
I want you to listen. Hear yourself. You knew that this was going to happen. You knew.
Subconsciously?
Yes, you knew.
I didn't expect it. I thought I was going to make it through this 1 year.
You knew. And you made provisions. How amazing are you?
I was actually trying to save money for a house, but I never thought that I was expecting anything like this.
How amazing are you? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I've just got goosebumps all up and down my neck. You're amazing. You're amazing. You part of you somehow knew that you needed to put money aside. Now you were putting aside for a house, and unfortunately that's not going to happen right now. But you love your wife so much, and you knew. You didn't know consciously, but God was, I know I'm talking about God a lot, and I know I'm going to get some hate mail. I don't give a flip, okay? You are in tune with your spirit, and you are in tune with the divine. It's just on a subconscious level.
Yeah.
That is freaking amazing. Do you not see how amazing that is?
Yeah. I just, right now where I'm at emotionally, if I knew that I was going to get another job very quickly, and if I knew I was going to do well with this job, I'd be much more at ease. I wouldn't even think about this last job that I was just forced out of.
I got you.
And that's the whole biggest issue right now for me.
I understand that.
I want to be able to at least make enough money to pay my bills and for my wife to be able to stay at home and because she does a lot of cooking and everything, so at least she can stay home and rest when she needs to because of her sickness. On top of her being legally blind, she has lupus. She gets seizures. She fought breast cancer, and it looks like it might be back again, spreading through. She's got stomach ulcers all the time. There's times that she can't walk. Her brain won't function. I mean, she made a big effort just to get up this morning because she was cooking all day. She was making us a nice spaghetti dinner today, and it took all her effort. So right after we ate an hour ago, she just lay down and because she couldn't stay up anymore. So I want her to be able to keep having that luxury that she can just stay at home and do the things she needs to do, take care of me and my cat. And being able to rest when she needs to, so she doesn't have to worry. And that's where I was at with this job. And but again, it's just like they didn't give it. There was a guy that just got walked out of work about a month ago. He's been there for 20 years, and he got walked. And they didn't. I didn't know if he was going to get fired or not. But he kept making racist comments to this guy. And they brought him back the next day. Even after this guy went to HR and he had witnesses with him to testify against him. And even one black supervisor in a warehouse said, I'm not comfortable with him working here, but there's nothing I can do. And when he went to HR and asked him why they brought him back, he said, well, he's been here 20 years, so it's not that easy just to let him go. But then they let me go for something so insignificant, you know? And I just don't understand that.
But
so there's no moral values there.
There are no moral values there. There are no moral values in that company, obviously. So what I'm trying to get you to see is that this is, I mean, it sucks, okay? It sucks. They were horrible to you. I get it, okay? Don't focus on that. Don't surround yourself with that negativity. Because you are, and I know it doesn't seem like it is right now, and I understand that. Don't focus on the negative. You got fired on Monday. Today is Wednesday, baby. You had an interview. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. You got a point. I mean, quickly. It happened that quickly. You got a point. Anyway, I really appreciate it. I want to let you go because you don't want to take other callers. But you know, just to let you know, I wasn't going to call into your show because I was really skeptical, and because of the title and always, you know, I'm going to give this woman a try and see what she says. And you came across as absolutely amazing to me. You didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. You told me what I needed to hear. And there's a big difference.
Oh, honey, everybody that knows me tells me. I appreciate that so much. I am not pink ponies and rainbow girl. I believe that the truth is how we set ourselves free.
Yeah, and because believe me, I've heard. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, good, sweet pea. I'm listening.
No, I was just going to say that because I've heard other psychics on this show, and I've heard callers call into them, and they've only told them what they wanted to hear, not what the truth really was. So, and that's something that I found refreshing with you.
Oh well, I really appreciate it. I really do.
I'm just trying. All right. Well, I'll just try and keep positive attitude and.
Well, and,
hope for the best.
But, okay, let me before you go, let me give you some homework. Okay.
Okay.
So I give my clients homework. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to put a bay leaf in your wallet. I say this all the time. Half these people on my show rolling their eyes at me because here goes Miss Holly again with bay leaf. Put a bay leaf in your wallet. That attracts money. Also, get a green candle and burn it. I don't know who does the vacuuming in your home, but y'all need to vacuum your home really great. And what I want you to do is as you're vacuuming, I want you to visualize all that negative feeling that you have, all that gunk, all that stuff is being sucked up into that vacuum cleaner. Okay? And the minute you get finished, you take it outside and you either get rid of the bag or if you've got a bagless, empty it. And get that negativity out. That will help loads. Also, if you can wipe down your counters with something that is made with lavender or has a lavender scent, or if you can't deal with the lavender, a citrus scent, preferably either orange, grapefruit, or lemon, and because that lifts the spirits. And the other thing is that get some mint tea, and I want both of y'all to drink some mint herbal tea. Okay. That settles the stomach. It helps relax the muscles. Okay. But mint also is a representative of money.
Yeah.
So you didn't think you were going to get homework either, did you?
What's that?
You didn't think you were going to get homework either, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I give homework. Anyway, God bless you.
Thanks for your time.
So
you too.
much
I appreciate it.
And I'm going to be praying for you. I hope that's okay.
All right. Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was tough. That was tough. What a sweet, sweet guy. I know he's going to be okay because God's already got a plan in motion for him. How awesome is that? So, but we are going to be praying for you. Alrighty, let's see who else. I'm sorry I ran my mouth off, but y'all know me by now. So, okay. We're on the air with Good Golly, Miss Holly. How can I help you?
Hello, Miss Holly. I'm Joy.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I wanted to ask if I could just receive a general, whatever you pick up.
Sure. Anything in particular? Romance, career, anything like that?
Whatever you get.
Okay. So I want to ask you a question. You're very intuitive yourself, and you can read yourself. Is that correct? So you've been through a little bit of stuff, and you've got 3 winter cards, which is good and not so good. So what this is telling me is that you're a little bit stuck, and you're dealing with some fear that's unfounded, okay? And also there's some challenges that you're kind of being overwhelmed with. So we're going to talk about snow. I know this is weird. I give weird readings. I'm not going to apologize for it. So snow is cold, and it's beautiful, and it's deadly, and it can be overwhelming because we can get great big drifts of it. We can't see the forest for the trees and all that type of stuff. And sometimes we have to dig ourselves out of the snow. But sometimes, I don't know how tall you are, but I'm 5'2" on a really good day, okay? So I've been in situations where I have opened my front door when I was visiting the north in New Jersey, and they had a blizzard, okay? And I am from the south, so we don't know what a blizzard looks like. And when I opened the door, the snow was taller than me. A little scary. So I had to dig my way out just to get out of my little apartment thing that I was renting at the time. Okay? So, yeah, with my southern self, yeah, it was not pretty, just let me tell you. All right? But the reason I'm telling you this is because all I could see was the snow. And I sat in that apartment for an hour and a half, terrified, because I thought I was going to die. Because all I could see was snow. It was all up on the windows because I was almost like in a basement type apartment type thing. So, I mean, it was just everywhere. All right. So I finally got a shovel, and I dug, and I'd freeze to death, and then I'd run back in the house, run back into the apartment, get warm, take a deep breath, and dig some more. And then I finally, after doing this several times, saw the street, saw the sidewalk. And if it hadn't been, 10 degrees outside, I guarantee you I would have gotten on my hands and knees and kissed the sidewalk. I was that happy. Something's telling me you're kind of in that situation. But the thing about it with you is you have all the tools to get out of that. You're an incredibly talented intuitive. Problem with you is you're an empath as well, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that just so stinks. I'm sorry. Being an empath right now stinks. It just does. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It stinks. It completely stinks. And the reason that it stinks is because the whole world is in pain one way or another. Nobody trusts each other. Everybody's pointing fingers at each other. The whole COVID mess thing, the whole election thing, the whole Capitol thing. It's just, it's a hot mess. All right. And if you are not an empath that knows how to protect themselves and knows how to ground and run that gunk through you into the earth, you're having a heck of a time. Has anybody ever shown you how to ground before?
I know I heard about praying with Archangel Michael, and I know grounding, like kind of barefoot, kind of focusing.
Okay, yeah, you could do it that way. I love the Archangel Michael. It's wonderful. Yeah, he's great. However, I'm a realist. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm the can-do kid. So that's wonderful if you have time to listen to angelic music and, burn incense and do all that type of wonderful stuff, okay? But let's get real. Most of us are feeling so overwhelmed that all we want to do is eat chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream and binge crap on Netflix, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, and our Jim Jams, all right? So let's talk about realistic grounding and protecting ourselves. So are you sitting down right now?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want you to do, if you're all curled up on the couch or whatever, I want you to take your feet down, put them on the ground. You do not have to be barefoot. If you have shoes on, I would suggest you take them off. But if you get overwhelmed in public, okay, you can ground with shoes on. All right?
Okay.
Put your feet on the ground, sit up straight, and roll your shoulders back a couple of times for me. Okay? And stretch your arms back a little bit because you all tense. Oh, my goodness.
Often.
All up through your neck. Huh? What?
But often. But often,
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah, okay. So, and I get it, believe me, because I live that way too. So, everybody thinks psychics are so in tune with everybody and so la-di-da. Not the ones that I know. Anyway, so, no story. So, I want you to take a couple of great big deep breaths for me, okay? We'll do them together, all right? Ready? First one. In and out. Take another one. In and out. Let's do one more. In and out. Excellent, excellent. So now I want you to put both feet on the ground. I want you to put your hands where they're comfortable and relaxed and you're not trying to, fix anything. All right?
Okay.
Now I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to imagine this beautiful white light coming down from heaven, going through the top of your head, down through your neck and shoulders. And as it's going down into your neck and shoulders, you've got a lot of tension in your neck in particular and in your shoulders. I want you to feel the warmth of that energy loosening and undoing those knots in a nice, pleasant way, okay? So as it's doing that, and it continues to do that all the way down your spine and down your arms, I want you to, I usually don't have people do this, but I'm wanting you to roll your wrists a little bit. You've got a lot of tension in your hands.
Okay.
Okay? So roll your wrists a little bit. There you go. Awesome. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now then, so we've got the energy down to our hips. Now I want you to push it to your knees, okay? And then push that energy all the way down through the bottoms of your feet and into the earth, okay?
All right.
How's that feel?
Better.
Good. All right. So just relax and know that this is your connection to the divine, okay? We are all children of the divine. This is part of our spiritual DNA, and we spend a lot of time not connected because we feel like we're not worthy. But we're their children. This is our divine birthright. So what I want you to do is you have all that energy coming through you now, and you're starting to get a little used to it, and it feels nice and warm, like a great big, if there was a wonderful cup of creamy coffee that, what's your favorite coffee drink?
Right now it's like a funfetti creamer of all things.
A funfetti creamer?
Yes. Yes.
I've never seen that. That sounds fun to me. Okay. So what I want you to visualize is that coffee being a great big warm hug. And that's what this energy feels like. Just this great big warm, lovely hug. Okay?
Okay.
And it's going through your body and you're feeling relaxed and you're feeling that connection with the divine. Now then, here comes the fun part. Now I'm going to teach you how to protect yourself from all that negative energy that keeps floating its way into your sphere. Okay? So all the negative stuff that's going on with you, the doubt, the unfounded fear, the fear of change, all of that, I want you to visualize as almost little pieces of dryer lint. Okay? And that light is obliterating all that dryer lint in your body. Okay?
Okay.
And I want you to continue to breathe because you're forgetting to breathe now. So keep that deep breathing going because I can feel that energy stirring. Okay, no. Breathe and relax. It's just a natural flow. Okay? There you go. That's better. All right. Now that we've got that flow going pretty well, what I want you to do is that energy that you're putting into the ground, I want you to raise that back up. What's your favorite color?
Oh my gosh, it changes. Let's go with light blue.
Okay. So I want you to see this beautiful light blue light coming up that's translucent, and it's making this gorgeous, gorgeous, like fairy-like bubble all around you. Think of Glinda the Good Witch, okay, floating down without the horrible voice. Okay. And I want you to see that. And you can make it expand or contract at will, and you can breathe in it. Now what I want you to do is I want you to visualize the negative feelings coming straight at this bubble like arrows. Okay? And as it hits this bubble, it slides right down the bubble like an egg out of a Teflon pan. Okay? Is that helping with the angst?
It does. As you
Good.
know, it happens a lot. I will definitely do this.
Okay? But this is the quick way. Now you can do this standing up in the middle of the mall. I can't tell you how many times I've been in the middle of the mall and I'm feeling like, oh, geez, it's crazy, or, not recently. I haven't been to a mall in over a year because of COVID, but when you're in a crowded space or wherever and it's getting loud and people are talking and not paying attention to anybody but themselves, you know how that feels? Well, with an empath, that's like times a billion.
Yeah.
So you can do this really quickly. I want you to practice this, okay? And do it really to where you can do it really quickly and block all that out. And still move on with your day because you can move and be grounded. Okay? The divine is good at that. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate it. Could I ask, I've taken on a hobby. Do you see that going well? I make candles.
You need to put some crystals in those candles, darling.
I've got some rose quartz.
No, I'm talking about, the little bitty chips, that you can get.
Yes. I saw some online I was going to order.
Order them! Because you're going to be able to sell them! As a matter of fact, when you get ready to sell them, let me know, and I'll put a plug for you on my website. And
Definitely.
we can help you that way too, okay?
Okay. Yes,
I'm all about building community, honey. We all have to help each other. But yeah, you need to you need to get a hematite.
Okay.
You know what a hematite is?
I think so, but I'm writing it down just so I can look it up after.
Okay, hematite is a stone for protection, Okay?
Okay.
It is a black, shiny stone. Do not get a huge one. Hematite is extremely dense. You just need a little one to carry in your purse, okay, or in your pocket.
All right.
Do not sleep with the hematite because you will bruise your head. I've actually had people put their crystals in pillowcases and then wonder why they wake up with a headache. It's a mystery. Anyway,
Wow.
so don't do that, all right? But get yourself a hematite, and I'm going to tell you, like I've told everybody else today, vacuum your house. And for you, I want you to get some Himalayan sea salt and put little bowls of Himalayan sea salt by the entrances of your home and by your bed. Okay?
All right. Definitely.
And that will help. Is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
I was kind of curious about the candles, and I absolutely did look up the little chip crystals that they use for Reiki for my candles. I was thinking about giving away a couple of samples. I hope it goes well. Do you see that working?
Yeah. Don't give away too much.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Because you tend to give away the farm.
Yes.
Do not. We are in business, okay? So we are in business. We do not give away the farm.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes, it will do well. And
Thank
if you want, you're welcome. And you know how to bless them and all that type of stuff, right? Please say yes.
Not yet. No.
Okay, so that will be something else that my website is goodgollymissholly.biz. Go on there and fill out a contact form for me, please, and write about what we talked about, because unfortunately I do talk to a lot of people, so I can get in touch with you. Okay? Please.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
You have a blessed evening. Bye-bye, sugar pie.
You too.
Okay. Well, let's see who this is. You're on the air with Good Golly Miss Holly. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Delphine. How are you?
Hi, Delphine. How are you? I love your name. It's a goddess's name. Did you know that?
I was wondering. I'm looking to start an online clothing boutique, so I was wondering, how do you see that going?
Oh, go, yes. My goodness, yes. Yes. You have a very good eye for fabric, but it's for and putting things together, but you don't like the run-of-the-mill stuff, and there's a definite need for what you like. So absolutely do that. Absolutely.
Okay.
They're all going, yeah. Yes.
You see it being very successful?
I do see it being very successful. You're a hard worker, and you don't take no for an answer. So, yes, don't take no for an answer, and it'll be a great business for you. Great business. Okay. When you get it up and started and you get your website and everything, please call back in so we can let everybody know what the website is, so everybody can go and hopefully support your business, because I am all about building community. Okay?
Right. Okay. Do you see anything else positive coming for me?
I see a lot of change coming for you this year. It's scaring you a little bit. That's okay. Don't be scared. Just embrace it. You're like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon. And it's uncomfortable for you at the moment. But that's okay. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. And you're another one that's very intuitive. So go with your gut. Trust it.
Yes. What about the love life?
April. That's all they're showing me is April. I'm seeing Cupid and flowers and the word April. So they're telling me April. That it's going to come in April. Things are going to be good for that in April. I wish I could be more specific, but they're not showing me anything else.
Okay. All right. Wow. That sounds good. Something new.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything else I can do for you today? Well, thank you so much for calling. I'm very excited about your online business. Please call back and let us know about it so we can talk about that at the website. All right?
All right, will do.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Well, I'm sorry we didn't get to everybody. I have got a long list of people that are waiting. I'm sorry, guys. I will try and get better about running my mouth. But we are all out of time for this evening. I will be back here on Friday for an hour at 8 p.m. If you want to call back then, the number is 516-387-1921. That number again is 516-387-1921. Everybody have a very good night and God bless, and I will see everybody on Friday.